Hey, what's up, guys? So I wanted to go over a quick tool review with you guys. Another thing that I use is this tool called Evernote. And I was going through it and I started thinking about it. I was like, man, how good would that be to add this to the Elite and kind of go through how I used to use this all the time. I lost all my stuff when I fried my last computer. But I went and bought the program and I'm starting to plug in a lot of my old stuff. So I want to share that really quick with you guys. I was going through today. I was adding PSIG, right? So took a screenshot of how it traded. Then I come down here and I have Edge Trade. And the thing I did not like about it is it didn't have any gap stats. It does have a higher float than I remember it having. I thought I saw somebody write in the chat that had 4 million float, so it would not be an A plus setup for me. The insider ownership is 76%. I'm also not a fan of that either. But I wanted to start tracking things and that are non A plus setups. So, and, then write some notes in this thing. Okay. It's spelled to the 5 minute J lines uh in pre-market and then ripped through the pre-market high and set up for a nice lower high entry at the 61 fib level. Then it faded to the 5 minute jails. So, and then down at the bottom, this is what I really like about it because this is a really this I would consider a gap and crap to grab gap and crap to gap and extension. So I have 14 of these things tracked. And then what I go through and I do is well, I need to go through again, gap and extension, lower high, need to create that. Um Gap and extension, 1 minute J lines, gap and extension, 3 minute J lines, gap and extension, 5 minute J lines, gap and extension, non A plus. And I want to start creating these tags because you can start going through here in the tags portion and you can start seeing, okay, on the gap and crap, I have 41 of them tracked, right? There is 40 of them that hit the 3 minute J lines, 40 of them hit the 5 minute J lines. Um, 19 of them gave you a good 6 to 1 fib bounce. 18 gave you a 78 fib bounce, so it was higher up on the fib level. Um, Two of them came in above the high. Gap and crap, fake breakout of pre-market high. There was only two of them. And then there was 28 of them that never tried to even break over the pre-market high. I need to go back through all this stuff. It's going to be the part of the tracking that we're going to start doing. But I like this because it's also like a journal. I can start going through and like I said, you have the chart here, you have the notes down here, and then you can start writing in, say, I did trade this. And it's like, I broke my rules. I went full size on a non-A plus setup. The emotions I was feeling was X, Y, and Z, and then whatever. And then at the end of the week, you can go back and you can start tracking, like, okay, every week you should literally you guys should be doing this every single week, especially the guys that are like really trying to do this full time or like as a legit job. You need to be doing this every single week. And then I really believe that at the end of the month you need to go back through the entire month. Okay, how did I trade? Did How are my entries? Do I have different notes and then start to organize them? Like I said, I need to really go through this thing and get a lot more dialed in on things. Open this back up, a few months ago, start plugging in old trades and kind of forgot about it. But now that I'm trying to fast track you guys to making money quick as possible, this is one of the things that really made it. easy for me to make money when I first started trading. And it was actually one of my buddies that is in, well, was in Jay Trader's room. I'm pretty sure he quit now. He won't message me back, but he used to do a lot of tracking. This guy was a data machine, and he used Evernote all the time. I'm pretty sure he did a webinar with Jay Trader talking about this, but it's really important to not only track the stats, how many of your what's the win rate of your trades, what's the percentage that hits all your targets. But then Evernote is a way that I can track myself, and I can start adding in tags in there. And you don't have to ever show this to anybody, really. Even if you guys don't ever show this to me, it's good to hold yourself accountable. Like, hey, I had FOMO, or you start recognizing yourself having the same thoughts. Like one thing that I used to track all the time was whenever I started getting greedy and started daydreaming about how much money I would make, I started tracking that, and I would notice that on the days I took really big losses, it's because I got greedy, and I was like, man, this stock is up so much. If this hits my final target, I'm gonna make like 10R. And it really screwed with my head. And those were the days where I didn't respect my risk. I got stubborn. And I started recognizing that by reviewing this stuff. So it's super, super important. And I hope you guys find value in this. I'm going to post a link to Evernote. So that if you guys do want to purchase it, I don't remember how much it is. I pay like a yearly subscription. I think it's like $100 or $120 or whatever. But really, that's another thing. If you guys don't have money to invest in yourself and to really throw into this, it's gonna make your life a lot harder. My wife always says all the time, because I truly am a cheap ass. And she says that sometimes being a cheap ass is actually more expensive in the long run. And I really truly believe that, especially in trading. You need all the tools. You need to invest in yourself, not only in time, but with money. And this is an extremely useful tool. So I highly recommend you guys check it out.